Greetings, my fellow interdimensional beings of light. I'm your host, Baba Junzo, and today we are going to be getting into this, which is known as the tree. This is another version of the Tree of Life. The previous Tree of Life videos would be similar to this, but this is the Druidic Tree of Life that has been channeled through the tradition of the, what are they called? The Ancient Order of Druids in America. They got some old traditions from the old Druidic revival in the United Kingdom that all dates back to 1717. Way back then, this practice was being done, and it's very similar to the practice of the Golden Dawn because it branches from the same sort of layout and tradition. But this, this is what they call the 3 rays of light. They do not have this on the what's it called? The original one. But this is what it looks like with all the paths on it, but this is the same thing. We're going to go through all of these. First, on the top, of course, we got what would be known as Keter in the Western Kabbalistic tradition. This is known as Kali, which means the hidden. So, this is the hidden realm, the crown, the divine energy. Whenever you use the LBRP and you do your light cross, imagining the energy above you coming down, that's Kali. Then from Kali you go down to number 2 to what is known as Perith, which means the cause. And going from Perith you got Dofud, which means the tamer. Going down, and I believe this is going in the sword way. You got Enner, which means the namer. You got Moder, which means the mover. And all of these names are very similar sort of representations. 7, we got what is known as Bu for that, Sephira for Netzach, and that means the living. And going from that, you've got what is known as Bith, the eternal. Near, this is where the moon is, the mighty. So this would be Thor, a version of Thor. And then you got Noph down here, what would be known as in the Western tradition as Malkut, the earth, which is Nav means the shaper, which is describing the physicality of earth and how we come into being. And so that is what those mean. And the 3, what are they called? The 3 light, the 3 rays of light, yes. That is what I'll be showing you guys later, what is known as the the Rite of the 3 rays, which is a traditional Druidic ritual that does the same thing as the Kabbalistic cross, light cross video I showed you guys. But you're doing it in the traditional Druidic way that goes back to the 16th century. Now, 3 rays of light. We got 3 different ones. Let's see. These are not representing the rays of light. That's a completely different thing. But the 3 rays, originally, you would have the pillar of mercy, the middle pillar, and then the pillar of severity. In the Western tradition, those would be called pillars, but they really emphasize the threefold nature of the universe. In the Druidic tradition, which I believe could have a good connection to the 3 selves, corresponding to the 3 cell rituals that I showed you guys in previous videos, but I'm not sure yet. Now, whenever you do the ritual, your left hand being Guron, which means virtue, and it is assigned to the quality of knowledge. The right hand in the ritual means harmony, and the word is alaun, and is assigned to the quality of peace and nothingness. Knowledge, power, and peace. Power is the oh no, I got it wrong. The power one is pleneth. Whenever you do your right hand, that's actually the first one you do, pleneth. In the ritual, go from pleneth to Guron, which pleneth means light and is associated with the quality of power, control, and lightning, and alaun being harmony and the quality of peace. And that is the 3 rays of the Druidic tradition. I do like this tradition a lot better than the Western, so I'm going to start using this in my Tree of Life, my Western Tree of Life, and each sphere on the Druidic Tree of Life actually has a divine name associated to it with a Celtic deity, which is interesting. Is similar to the angels of the Kabbalistic tradition. Similar. But first, we're going to get into the basic principles of the certain spheres that are important to note. We're going to go to the traditional here. Kaylee, up here at the top, which represents the limitless, like I said, the divinity. Let me just find it here. Yeah, exactly. Kaylee represents the universal fire or soul of the world. This is the one thing, the alchemists, the source of everything in existence. More generally, it represents the universe conceived of and experienced as a unity. People typically describe as a unity with God, but it's not unity with anything completely outside of you. This is energy that is all within you at the same time. This is powerful stuff in Kaylee. Now, Parith, which is the right hand in the ritual that I'll be showing you guys later, represents salt, niter, the active principle of Druidical alchemy. Dofud represents salt, actually. Parith is salt. But Dofud being the passive principle of alchemy. And the two represent the universe conceived of and experienced as a binary. These two, in another tradition, were described as being yin and yang. So, yeah, Dofud being the Saturnian and yin and yang energy, the feminine, and then this over here being Parith, the masculine. Since the right hand is the masculine part of you and the left hand is feminine. Now, going down to Enter, which represents the right hand ray of the 3 rays of light. Whenever you go down, Parith being your shoulder. Yeah, that's Enter. And Bu represents fire. Traditionally, I like to go by the Taoist explanation on here. There's a few different ways. A lot of people like to use 4 elements instead of 5. Try to put these 4 as the only elements, but you're missing 1 element in the middle. So traditionally they would have this being fire, this being wood here in Bu, and then Bith would be metal, and water in here. In Moder, that would be water. I like that one better. And in the middle, Munner being earth, so it has fire, water, metal, wood, earth. Wood is also explained as ether in certain traditions. It's a good explanation for it. I like to call it spirit, as that is basically what it is, your spirit, and coming into manifestation, into birth. So yeah. That being said, that is the Druidic Tree of Life that I will be using from now on for my rituals and my tradition, my Western Esoteric Tree of Life that I'm bringing into manifestation. I was going to do some more on that today, but did not have any ideas that I really wanted to do. Therefore, I'm going to show you guys a ritual today that is known as the Rite of the Rays. And the Rite of the Rays is one of the first rituals that in the ancient order of Druids in America, if you join them, one of the very, very first rituals that they will teach you is the Rite of the 3 Rays, which aligns you to the 3 parts of the self that I just showed you, the 3 rays. And these rituals use Celtic words. So when you first do it, you bring your hands in sort of like a Hakini Mudra. I like to do Hakini Mudra when I do it. Go down from the, like you would do in the traditional Golden Dawn tradition, to the top of your head, to the 3rd eye, and then from there you do not go from here to here. You actually bow your head whenever you do the 2nd chant. The first chant that you do when you bring it down here is pronounced just like M-Y, like my book, my paper, my this, that, you know. And the, let's see here. I like to switch it up on certain parts of these Druid traditions to really get more power with using, say, things from Eastern traditions like the Hakini Mudra that I just showed you, where the traditional papers say to do it like a prayer thing, but doing the Hakini Mudra will do, more than likely, do you a lot better. 3 rays of light. I cannot find it, so I can't translate these to you guys to what they mean, but I will do the ritual for you here. The banishing ritual in the Druidic tradition is very similar to the Golden Dawn, but you have the different beginning part, the Rite of the 3 Rays, rather than your Quabbalistic cross doing the Lord's Prayer thing, which I like that, going back to your roots, Celtic sources and Druids. Now the Rite of 3 Rays is typically done in the East, the papers say to do it in the east, east being the wood element, the soul, like I said earlier. Now, like I said, face the east. We're going to go over here now. We're going to take this bad boy with me so that you guys can see here. Alright. You want to stand facing the east, and you want to do the thing, like I said, I recommend doing the Hakini Mudra, traditional, and go down, do the first chant, Mai. And then for the second chant, which is, I said it earlier, alone, you go down, instead of doing the left-right, you go down, alone. And then for the right hand, you bring it down from your third eye and sticking it out as if you are giving somebody a gift, sort of deal. And then you do the chant that I said earlier. It is Plenuth. And you would do that as you are going down. So, Plenuth. Now the second chant for the left hand, that one is Aguron, like I said earlier. Aguron. And after you do the Aguron chant, you want to do sort of what the Golden Dawn tradition called the sign of Osiris, where you take your arms across your chest like this, representing Osiris, the Egyptian deity, the resurrection deity. You do this long chant, very long chant, Eter Paladron Galeni. So you would, after you have both hands out doing the chants for those, you would do this one. Eter Paladron Galeni. And then you would bring your hands from that position, from the I would bring it back to a Hakini Mudra. This is what I would do instead of what papers say. But it's typically for a balancing. Hakini Mudra, I would do that at the end for a balance. So after going from here and doing the Osiris symbol, Eter Paladron Galeni, we go back to a Hakini Mudra and do the chant Awen, which, if you look on the website of the Ancient Order of the Druids in America, Awen is a sacred sound. I would assume similar to the Om in the Sanskrit Vedic tradition. So that is the rite of the, they call it the Rite of the Rays. I like to call it the Rite of the Three Rays. But yes, the three names of the rays are Harmony, Light, and Virtue, respectively, going through the list. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video today. I'll be doing some more videos on this Celtic video, this Celtic Tree of Life, and Druidry in general. I'll also be giving you guys some tree meditations here soon that you can do to really connect to the soul of the trees and bring their wisdom into your soul. And so we'll be getting into that soon. I hope you guys have a good one, and see you on the next one.